focus on the right people, because as you're going to rise, Divya, you are going to find a whole new world. I was that shy guy in the kitchen who comes to the main stage and doesn't even talk properly. But many people do not know that I had auditioned for MasterChef America and Gordon Ramsay took me to Hollywood.
We watched the trailer of your film, and I have to say that I really had lumps in my throat, and I had tears in my eyes when I was watching the trailer, which beautifully encapsulates your life, the struggles and the achievements you've had so far. So thank you so much for that story.
My pleasure, Divya. Thank you.
Right. So because you've had your share of struggles and achievements. Till 13, you were confined to your home. Then you started your business when you were barely 17. At 23, you graduated with a bachelor's degree in hotel management. 29, you moved to New York. 38, you started your first restaurant, Junoon. By 49, you have already dabbled into the world of showbiz, which includes TV shows, films, and of course, writing. Now, you have really had a very inspiring personal and professional journey as an immigrant.
I think I got lucky in many ways, but at the same time, I think my childhood really made me very stubborn of things I wanted to do and achieve. So every time I would fail, I always figured out that I need to stand up even faster. It could be doing anything from restaurants to movies to documentaries to books to any food drives I've ever done. I figured out that we are all running till 99 miles, but it's that last mile which counts. And we fall apart many times, but it's that last mile which counts. And that is when the personal support, your moral compasses, your family support, everything comes together to make you cross that final finishing line.
What's really been the biggest difficulty for you so far? I know you've talked about discrimination that you also faced in France, and then you also picked up English to communicate with people, and never tried to change the real you. So what's really been the biggest difficulty for you so far?
I think one of the biggest things or challenges which I ever faced in my life was coming to the US, because the entire state changed. I was not just doing my caterings, which I used to do in Amritsar, and I was very happy even there when I was doing that. But my entire platform changed, and which became like a total different space, and it was like I was into a whole new game. Like I was running in the school, but now I have to run at the Olympics, competing with the world's best. So if I'm not training, there's no way I can do the finishing line.
Your mother and your grandmother have had a very significant role in your life in making you what you are today. Would you like to say something about that?
But there were a lot of women. There was my aunt, who Shushma, my bhua, Nini bhua. They are all in the movie. My sister Radhika. They have been. I've figured out that they have been accepting me with all my things, which I'm very clumsy in my real life. I can't do basic stuff at all. So these women were always there to highlight the good things I do and not to focus on my kind of disabilities. So that has really pushed me in a different way. And in the movie in the documentary, I do speak a lot openly about this, that, because we never used to talk about that. In India, we don't. If you have a child as a disability, we generally shove it under the carpet. We deal with it very internally, which is also great. But once my mom told me that there'll be a lot of kids who will be waiting to hear from you, who are not fitting in, who are feeling like outsiders, who are the outcasts in many ways. And she says that you need to tell them that you are going to be okay, and you cannot stop dreaming of doing anything what's possible. But you need to work hard, you need to hustle, you need to be able to focus on the right people, because as you're going to rise, Divya, you are going to find a whole new world. With success also comes the predators. That's what I used to say. With the fruits also comes the people who want to throw the stones. So you need to balance that out. That was very hard, because I was all by myself and I had to find a way for myself, and it was difficult because I was that shy guy in the kitchen who comes to the main stage and doesn't even talk properly.
Right, right. And there's so many immigrants out there who really do not know, how to make it big and how to sort of, prove themselves. Is there a mantra that you would like to share with them?
I think my mantra is we get too focused on success when we get success. And that's a very difficult point because we get used to success, and sometimes we get success very early on by the default of the universe. But dealing with failures is also very, very important. But many people do not know that I had auditioned for MasterChef America and Gordon Ramsay took me to Hollywood, and we auditioned for almost like 10 days, and we were training, and all the producers thought, okay, he fits in the way he presents himself and cooks and looks, but he doesn't speak. And I felt that, that at that time I was not so confident also in many ways. And then I remember telling Mr. Ramsay that, I came to America with a dream and a promise to my grandmom that I want to win a Michelin star. I want to know the difference between a chef and a Michelin star chef. And Vineet Bhatia and Atul Kochhar had done so well in London. So I said, there could be a chance that an Indian chef in America breaks the code. And then, of course, the first Michelin star happened to Suvir and Hemant. And then it was the possibilities. We like what's happening in Olympics right now in India. You need just one person to prove it to us that it's possible, because it's so easy to believe it's impossible. It's so easy to believe that it's impossible. It's never going to happen. You're never going to be crossover. You're never going to be able to do this. You can't do that. And to be doing so much work in India at the same time. I think it is only thing I tell people who are artists in process, that don't look at the people, don't look at the criticism. Save the love letters, save the appreciation notes, because they get you healed very fast.